Hello, everybody. Welcome, whatever time zone you're in, to the Workplace Navigation Podcast. Why did we create this? I've been managing projects and programs for over 20 years now, and I found that from time to time I came across the same problem over and over and over again. And when I couldn't solve it, I would go to a coworker or an associate. We'd put our heads together or the team, we'd figure it out. It occurred to me over time that the workplace has a workforce that is a genius. The employees collectively are a genius. They can figure out anything. And so I thought it'd be a great idea to bring in representatives from the workforce, everyday people, to come in and talk about problems they encountered and the ingenious creative solutions that they came up with, which was mutually beneficial. So you'll find that we don't cite company names or people names because this is meant to be a generic rule of thumb conclusion that we come up to. But I just love the fact that our workforce has answers that maybe aren't in the textbooks and aren't in college and aren't in training. They're practical solutions to real life problems. So please enjoy. Please watch the podcast. If you like it, click the like button. If you'd like to be featured on the podcast, we'd love to bring you on board. Just email me at info@mike-sanders.com. I'll put the email address in the description and enjoy. Thank you. Hanie Nasser, thank you for joining the podcast today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Mike.
Yeah,
Pleasure to be here.
yeah. Okay, so before we get started with the issue that you're going to bring to resolve today, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? What brought you here?
Okay. Well, actually, let's start with my education. I have a bachelor degree in biophysics from Cairo University in Egypt, and have health physics a postgraduate degree. Um, Came to the States. As a matter of fact, before I come to the States, I was working in the aviation business in Egypt Air for 3 years, and it was very interesting work, and did a lot of good stuff in there. Um, Came to United States and started working in the franchise automobile business, and then kind of moved from one place to another until I landed finally in the utility business as managing continuous improvement projects. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what got me here.
Okay. Oh, yeah, thanks. Great, a great background. Very varied background. So what problem did you run into? What issue did you want to bring to the podcast today?
I want to talk today about the artificial intelligence and how is it impacting um, corporate business, and what companies need to or what they are doing currently, and
Mm,
also the employees, how can they adapt to these advancement of this new technology that it's evolving in a very fast pace. At the same time, I have some kind of advice to the new graduates. So yeah, if you want, I can get started
So,
with.
well, before we get started, okay, what specific issue would you like to talk about? Did you run across an issue where you were having an obstacle there in that regard with AI?
Okay, it is because I'm from the generation that kind of saw all the development of new technologies and implementing it, because most businesses, or if not all businesses, they are looking for uh, uh, efficiencies, overhead costs, to reduce the overhead costs. So adopting those artificial intelligence helps a lot. I had a fear when it comes to new technologies, and especially when it takes over operation. Um, so this was the fear, because we
Mm,
had at the company, we had champions that are learning this technology. And I attended a couple of those seminars,
Hmm.
and it looked kind of. I personally felt that they are taking over jobs because they are doing things faster, um, and that's what created this, you know, kind of agony, fear that maybe I'm not going to be up to this challenge.
Hmm.
Um,
So
but
would you say, Hanie, that the obstacle was you?
the
The
obstacle was
obstacle,
me. That is
okay,
correct.
okay, you were having to overcome the fear of incorporating AI, excuse me, into your work.
That is correct.
Okay, excellent. So that's a great issue to face. A lot of folks are
Yeah.
facing that today. How did you resolve that issue with yourself? What'd you
Okay.
do?
First, let me start with something that happened not too long ago. Uh, a project manager sat down at their desk, opened the AI tool, and in about 20 minutes, they drafted emails, summarized reports, created projects, plans, and even built a presentation outline. The same work used to take half a day. So now here's the interesting part. That person did not lose their job. So that was a really blessing for me. They just got more work. So
Oh,
that's the reality of AI today. We've all heard the headlines. AI is replacing jobs. AI is the future. AI is dangerous. But the truth is, it's more subtle than that. AI isn't really replacing people, it's changing what people do all day. Instead of spending hours on relative tasks, we are moving into a world where machine handles the routine and humans handle the thinking. And that shift, it's changing everything.
mhm.
Think about how companies used to run. People did the work, systems supported them. Now it's flipping. We are seeing companies where AI helps make decisions, AI completes tasks, AI even acts like a teammate. It's not just a tool anymore, it's part of the workforce. And because of that, companies are moving faster, producing more, and expecting more from each person at the same time.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, so the business model hasn't just improved, it has been redesigned. Now let's talk about us, the people doing the work. Because of this, because this is where it gets real, AI didn't come in and wipe out jobs overnight. Instead, it did something more interesting. It changed the job from the inside out. Now think about it. Analysts aren't just analyzing, they are automating. Project managers aren't just coordinating, they are optimizing. Even entry level roles are evolving faster than ever. And here, what no one says enough: work hasn't gotten easier, it gotten faster.
Mhm.
And with that, expectations went up. You finish something in half the time, great. Now you can do two more things
Mhm.
instead.
So
Now
would you
imagine,
agree? I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't
no,
mean to
no, no, go
interrupt you.
ahead.
I was going to say, would you agree that most of the time for most people on the job, they have more work on their plate than they can do? They have to choose many times what not to do today. But what you're saying is that you can get all that work done. That helps the company move faster, which makes the company more efficient, which makes the company more profitable. And so your job really, you're not losing your job, you're just being a better asset to the company. And what you're saying is, I think that people aren't really losing their jobs to AI, they're just becoming better assets in the organization. So the organization becomes stronger and more profitable, and therefore they excel. Am I summarizing that correctly?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there is another layer as well, Mike. It has to do with creating an agent. This is what the application, not the application, the tool that we are using. You can create an agent. Basically, you're creating your own assistant, and you frame that agent uh, to let him focus on certain areas. So let's say AI, when you apply, ask a question or give the AI an order to search for something or update something, they they are connected to all different databases, resources, and that matter. But when you create an agent, you are basically telling this tool is just to focus on a specific area where they can grab all the information. If you're doing a presentation, if you're doing a charter, if you're doing a project plan, any of this, you can use your agent or assistant to just to use the resources that you limit to that agent.
Mhm.
This way, you don't get confused of analyzing all different type of sources. You don't know the source of this information.
So, Henny, you've embraced AI now, and you're using it as your agent. Are you vice president?
You wish.
I'm sure you're more valuable. Well,
I
let's do
appreciate
this.
it.
Let's do this. Let's create a Hanny's rule of thumb with regard to AI. What would that be? Or how would you frame this rule of thumb then?
The way I would frame it, I will just encourage everyone not to get scared of the technology. As you can see, I have some gray hair. I'm not going to reveal my age, but you can learn, you can be engaged, open up your mind, and you will get there because it's fun, it's faster, and it's more accurate. And the more you use it, the more it becomes very intelligent and adapt you.
Hmm.
AI will never replace humans. It will just make your work faster, better, and more accurate.
Which enhances your value proposition.
Absolutely.
If anything, it makes your job more stable rather than lose it, I would
True.
think. Yeah.
Very true.
Excellent. I love this. Thank you so much. So, Henny, if
Absolutely.
if uh, if our audience would like to get in touch with you to talk more about this, how would they do so?
Yeah, they can reach me out on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn? Okay, I'll put your LinkedIn URL in the description of the podcast today.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for joining us, Hanny. This was fantastic.
Thank
I
you,
think
Mike.
I
My
think I'll
pleasure.
try that. How do you spell it? AI? Is that how you spell
AI, artificial
it?
intelligence.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Appreciate
I didn't get that, but now I get it.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much, Mike.
Bye.